Hi Cancers, welcome to your October 2018 monthly readings. So these are going to be done a little bit differently because of Venus being in Scorpio and it being retrograde. Scorpio has to do with lessons as well as Capricorn does. Usually karmic lessons. So with it being retrograde, it's going inwards, right? Because Scorpio represents the death card. Okay, so that's transformation, right? After you've learned your lessons, you transform, right? You expand. And Jupiter is going into Sag soon, so that will be the expansion after lessons, right? So these are called the 22 gifts. I'm going to be using them. There's a more self-reflective booklet, and then there's another booklet that's really positive. So the self-reflective would be more like they could possibly be lessons or some sort of realization that you have to come to. You could perceive it as negative, but you know, with every negative, there's a positive, right? Like the scales always balance. So I like how it came with two booklets. That's a big spiel. Different location. I'm at my sister's house sitting while she's off adventuring with her boyfriend. So your card was number 13. Okay, and it's blue. Blue is water. 13. Well, 13 is actually a good number for me. But if you add it up, it's 4. Okay, 4 is stability. Okay. Kind of reminds me of Cancer, the number 4, because it's like ancestry, I feel like, is important for you guys too. And I do believe the North Node is moving into Cancer, and you know, this is just my opinion, okay, what I think. And I think that when the North Node goes into Cancer, that a lot of people are going to be, especially with Jupiter being in Sag as well, okay, because Sag has to do with, you know, foreign and philosophy and higher learning and knowledge and teaching. And with Cancer being associated with ancestors, I kind of feel like everybody's going to get more into ancestry, finding out about history. I also feel like astrology might be in something like this. People are going to be more expansive in that area, okay? And you know, like philosophy is going to come back, and but I do feel like a lot of people are going to get in touch with their ancestry. They're going to be doing a lot of research. You know, a lot of people are going to be wanting to know more information about their families and become more family oriented, more settled. Okay, building their little nests. That's what I feel like, and those are my thoughts. But okay, so number 13, we're going to read from the more self-reflective one. And then the positive later. Okay, so it says, the letter will make it easier for you to flow with the circumstances, especially in cases where you refuse changes and act rigidly. For those who are not in touch with their emotions and approach life by cool logic only, the letter reminds you that your connection to the world and to people will be stronger and more tangible through emotion. The letter directs you to avoid confrontations that might put you at risk, to be flexible and to find alternative ways to attain your ambitions. For those who cannot delay immediate gratification and fight to achieve their desires here and now, it is recommended to practice restraint, not to waste energy on conflicts and struggles, to act discreetly, efficiently below the surface, and in order to avoid objections along the way. Your ambitions will come true over time if you are patient and willing to sacrifice yourself for the cause. Wow, you guys. See, you have a very much, I was talking about philosophy. This is going to Vedic astrology, okay? Like, as somebody myself, I have Virgo, and you know, due to the other aspects of my chart, I like to study things from multiple perspectives, okay? Because I need to understand. My mind never stops, you guys. It's super annoying, okay? But in Vedic astrology, Libra and Sag are the two teachers, okay? Like, the thing that I loved about Vedic astrology was the historical stories that they had, okay? The mythology of, you know, Shiva and them, okay? But Libra and Sag were the two teachers, okay? So it's like one of those stories about how, you know, a Kung Fu ninja, okay? He found his guru, okay? And, you know, he taught him, and then this story's been done a lot in movies, all right? And then another kid comes in, he adopts him, takes him off the street, and they're both raised, okay? So this is like the story in Vedic astrology, but I'm using a more modern day version, okay? And what happens with the two of them when they grow up, okay? One becomes the teacher of short-term gratification, and the next one becomes the teacher of long-term gratification. And then it becomes a battle, like, you know, in those movies, like a Kung Fu movie, okay? They battle it out, they duke it out. I think Street Fighter had a movie like that, okay? One was the black ninja, one was the white ninja, okay? Oh, this is on the fly, people, okay? In Vedic astrology, it was Libra that was the short-term teacher. Okay, Libra always got what they wanted instantly. Okay, they taught you how to get what you want in the here and the now. Okay, and then Sag in Vedic astrology was the teacher of long-term gratification. So these two never seen eye to eye, and they kind of like battled it out. Okay, all right, and in the story, the sage teacher was favored by their guru, okay, because instant gratification is short term, the here and the now. So basically, what I'm getting, okay, and you sacrifice long term for the here and the now, okay, and with the sage teacher, they sacrifice short term for the long term, okay. So the message I'm getting for you guys, wow, that's a big spiel, is if you're sacrificing, okay, what you need to learn is, are you making short-term sacrifices for long-term? Okay, are you making short-term sacrifices for long-term gain, or are you sacrificing long-term for short-term gain? Okay, that took a while. I'm sorry, people. Okay, in the next deck, these are going to be longer readings, you guys. I'll try to get like a shorter video out for everybody, but it might be grouped together like earth, air, you know, like I'm very time consumed. All right, so in the positive book, it connects between the spheres of eternity and splendor. And it's associated with the water element. And you can kind of see that with the blue here. Okay, Bruce Lee's coming through. Be like water, my friend. Water is fluid. Okay, when water goes into the teapot, it becomes the teapot. If it goes into a pot, it becomes the pot. If it goes into a cup, it becomes the cup. Okay, water can take shape of the form that it's placed into. Okay, it also flows. I don't know why you guys got this ninja theme going on in your reading. Okay, it says, this card will encourage creation and regeneration. It helps you flow with life without resisting the circumstances, to sacrifice and surrender yourself to higher forces that are working on your behalf in mysterious ways. Will teach you to give up the ego, desires, and expectations in order to achieve superior goals. Will give you the strength to support others without causing yourself a heartbreak, to be patient when the things do not work out right away to your satisfaction, and will improve your flexibility and adaptability. This card is the glue that holds people together. It will help you develop maternal, protective, and nourishing skills. And when this card comes up, it's a good time for new beginnings and fulfillment of aspirations. And the month of winter is some importance to you guys. Yeah, you guys got a ninja theme going on here. I think you guys may be, because I'm getting the feeling that you guys are very future oriented for some reason, like concerned about the future. You're worrying quite a bit, okay? And because of the Kung Fu theme that you got. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen Kung Fu Panda. The turtle in Kung Fu Panda, okay, says to the panda, today is a gift, okay? And when he says today is a gift, or what does he say? Today's a present, okay? And a present is a gift. It's exactly what it says, okay? And it's like to focus on now, because like the future is going to come regardless, and for some people it may not, you know, like when nobody knows their time. So the here and the now is a gift. You got to use it wisely. You have 24 hours. How are you going to use it? Okay, like worrying about the future, you have to make decisions in the here and now to create that future. All right. So like what step are you taking in the present to achieve that future? Okay. And if you're worrying about problems, because I feel like there's this worrying, a little bit of anxiety actually, you already know what the problem is, okay? So there's no use dwelling on it or concerning yourself or worrying it, okay? Worrying is praying to the devil, okay? And your worries are always heard. It's like I use this saying a lot. Your fears are heard as well as your prayers are heard, okay? And it can be hard to decipher the two when you're receiving answers, okay? Because the devil will trap you in the mind. So worrying is praying. You know what the problem is. Now focus on the solution, okay? And then once you foresee the solution, then in the present, okay, which is a gift, which is the here and now, that's how you're going to make the corrections for the future. That's how you're going to change the future, okay? You got to actually do something that's going to benefit you for the future. I feel like I'm lecturing you guys. I don't know where that came from, you guys. Well, in some readings, I can get like, I pick up feelings like it's a vibration. I start to feel through my body, like of like anger or hate or like sadness or happiness or joy, you know, like energy is a powerful thing. So I'm just waiting for the energies to get interrupted in this deck. And this deck I actually haven't used on YouTube. I do like it though. It's quite colorful. I got it about a year ago, I think. Yeah. All right, you got more cards than need be. You have the Three of Wands. It's funny, like I was saying, like in the present, the here and now, like in the 24 hours to take one step to move forward. It's like, you see these hands here? It's like the little walking. I'm moving, you know, like I'm also hearing these boots are made for walking. That song where that's hysterical. All right, you guys. So you have the star and it represents hope. Okay? Because the star is Aquarius and Aquarius is the humanitarian. We all know it's the humanitarian. It's the unexpected. Okay? And those of you that have been watching me for a while know I associate Aquarius with Merlin and Leo with King Arthur, okay, because they're opposite signs, all right? And I can kind of see Virgo as like, as Merlin as well, because Merlin was a bit of a hermit. But Aquarius can be a bit of a hermit in a different matter. They're more like the mad scientists. So they're in their own world, you know, like, and they're experimenting with it, right? So hope is a powerful tool, right? It was put in Pandora's box. And why was it put in Pandora's box? Because without hope, there's no chance for change, right? Because then fear is instilled. Without the opposite of hope is fear, okay? And fear, you have very much scale thing going on here, which is funny. I was talking about like in Vedic astrology, Libra and Sag, right? Being the two teachers, okay? When hope was taken away from society, that's when like there's suppression happening, right? That's like in major wars, like when Hitler ruled, you know, like he ruled with fear, okay, and fear doesn't accomplish anything. Where eventually revolutions start, which is hope, okay, like in Pandora's box, hope was put away because it was a powerful tool, a tool to society, a tool for a change, regeneration, revolution. You know, with hope, people stand up. With hope, people change. With hope, people hold on. You know, like they keep trying. Hope is free will. Okay, and you can't take free will away from society. You have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, this is like, it says worry on it. Again, we spoke about worrying, all right? Worrying is praying to the devil, and it doesn't accomplish anything. Or you already know what the problem is. If you're reflecting, like going back to the past, you're looking for why a situation occurred. And then when you find out why it occurred, you apply the changes in the here and the now and the present to make the changes in the future to ensure that's not happening again in the future. Okay? So you know what the problem is. Now you're looking for the solution. Once you have the solution, then you apply it to the here and now. Okay? You have the Five of Wands. Wow, you guys. You got change. You got change that's going to happen, and it's not to be concerned about it. Okay? Like, because 5 is change. All right? And with Aquarius, that's unorthodox energy. So it could be changes that come in a way that you perceive as bad, but it's actually good. Okay? It's going to turn out for the best. All right? And change is hard. Not everybody can do it. And that's why not everybody does it. All right? That's why, you know, in life, when people become very miserable and hard and cold, okay, well, they changed more towards the negative. All right? They didn't have hope. All right? Like, because when you're kind-hearted people get hurt a lot. Okay, but they don't let it change them. They're still kind regardless. All right, because they have hope. All right. The Five of Wands, that's not a card I like. That's an action-oriented card, a card of fighting. Okay, of egos flaring everywhere. It's action-oriented, so that's the card where I see people getting hurt. I don't see people getting hurt in the Five of Swords. I see the Five of Swords as an energy of two idiots that were duking it out, and the third guy comes in, he drops both of the swords and he takes them. It's like, you guys are going to hurt each other over nonsense, you know? Like, there's no point of fighting, you know? Like, there's a win-win solution here for everybody. I see it as the card of, say, like, when it's a card where two people are fighting and they're both wrong, and another perception comes in, and it's like, because it's rule oriented, it's ruled by Saturn, okay, in an unorthodox way, because that's an Aquarius card. So it's mental, all right, where they come in and they're like, they tell them the truth that you're both wrong. This is the way it is. You can't break the rules. You gotta obey by the rules, okay? Like, no shenanigans. The Five of Wands is seen as the card where people are actually going to get hurt. It's one-upmanship on each other because it's action-oriented, it's egos, it's fire-oriented, and you want to really consider things before you take action, all right? Like, you're not competing with anybody else except yourself. You're working on bettering yourself. You're not looking at reflecting outwardly, you're looking at reflecting inwardly, okay? You have the Ten of Wands, which is burdensome, and then the Knight of Swords, okay, and it says fighting on it. So it's not participating in any fighting. With the Knight of Swords, that's somebody that speaks truth. They're young, okay, but it might not be that they're young. This is like an energy that you have to take on, which is like being truth-oriented. Okay, the burdens that you have to really face the truth. You don't want to be fighting outwardly. Work could be pretty stressful for you guys. Like competing. And again, you should only be competing with yourselves. You have the Queen of Wands. She fell on top of the Star card, okay? So this is the energy you got to take on. The Queen of Wands is very confident, okay? She's very action oriented. She's not the type of person that sits around and waits for approval. She's movement oriented though. This is a person who like she's on the move a lot. All right. She doesn't wait for the approval of other people. If people tell her no and she has an opinion or something in her mind she wants to do, she's still going to do it regardless. It's also the energy of when you get knocked down, you keep going, okay? Because fire signs, people can say that they're very angry, or like they can get angry fast, right? They got a short fuse, okay? But the thing with the fire sign energy, okay, is that, and also with them, everybody knows they're very action oriented. They move on. They don't really hold on to things, okay? Leos can hold a grudge. Right? But they don't really, not even to the extent that the other elements would, though, okay? And the thing with them is they not only express, but they feel in the moment, okay? While something's happening, if they're angry, they express it. If they're disappointed, they express it, all right? Because they can be the very much no nonsense, right? Like, they'll call you on things. All right, like if you're being an idiot, they'll tell you you're being an idiot. If you're doing really good, they'll tell you, hey man, good on you, you know? Like, these are the type of people that are motivational speakers. They'll pick you up when you're down, but they're also, if you have an idea, these people can feed your idea. All right, like they can be very optimistic and like, yeah, do that, you try this. You can have a friend that you can have some fun with, you know, like. They're also the ones that will like take you out if you're like breaking up with somebody. This is most likely the chick that's going to take you out and like, let's go clubbing, okay, or get dressed up, you know, like. But if you have an idea or something, she's the type of chick that'll help you out. She'll be like, yeah, I know somebody that knows somebody, that type of thing, or you should go talk to this person. That's the kind of energy you got to take on, all right? You had the Fool that fell, which is a new beginning, and the Queen of Cups. She's beautiful. And Indian, it was funny, we were talking about Vedic astrology. It's like she reminds me of one of the Indian goddesses. Look at her, right? Cups characters are, a lot of people, I talked about this in Pisces reading, they can be, they're highly intelligent. They're like scientists, right? The universe speaks to them. You had the King of Wands. Okay, the King of Wands, look at him. He's like wearing a suit, like, so you can't see his face. So like, you don't want to be somebody you're not. You definitely don't want to be somebody you're not, because if you're wearing a mask, that'll be seen. So be careful with that. So you have the Page of Wands. So you have messages, okay, coming towards you, like there's fighting and competition and things like that happening. Don't participate in it, you guys. Focus on yourself. Go inwardly. Like, focus on you, not the outside world, okay? If you need knowledge, you need to take action on things. You have two people, Queen of Wands, King of Wands. Energies that you have to take on. He's very confident, very go get him, all right? Like, you might not need to tell everybody your plans, okay? But it's action oriented. You got to take action on your new beginning. Okay, with the Fool, it's a new beginning. Okay, and Cancer, sometimes you have to play the fool to fool the fool. If that makes sense. Okay, but it's also, the Fool's not all that foolish, right? You have to be foolish to be the wise man. Where in traditional Rider-Waite, okay, that guy's on the top of a mountain. It's no easy task to get there. He had to take action, the King of Wands. He had to take action, physical activity. He had to put in that. He had to journey, all right? That's like King Arthur, okay? He had quests he had to go on, failures. He got robbed. He got tied up, you know, in King Arthur, all right? Like, he had to defeat certain things before he got to the round table, all right? Like, there's things that need to happen in order to get you where you need to go. You have to build your armor. So in order for you to build your armor, well, you have to learn lessons in life in order to build that. Okay, like in order to have the skills to fight, you need to do the battling. All right, so there's no pretending or like pretending a problem doesn't exist, pretending a feeling. Okay, the Queen of Cups, a feeling isn't there. Okay, like it's very much like, again, with the Queen and King of Wands, they express how they feel in the moment. They don't hold on to things. They experience the negativity when it happens. So if they get screwed over, they experience that emotion in the moment. They'll usually call you out on it or have a fight with that person or whatever in the moment, but then it's dealt with. Then they self-reflect. It's very self-reflective. Okay? They can feel very guilty after they say things and stuff like that, but they reflect on it and they learn their lesson. Right? And then they take action and apply it towards the future. Page of Wands is taking action, okay, on a new beginning. Like you said, the Fool, he gets to the top of the mountain. That's no easy task. He had to climb up there. Okay, he had to get through the forest. But once he's at the peak of the mountain, okay, he can see, he has oversight. He can see where he wants to go, what direction, what obstacles are going to be in his way. All right? Page of Pentacles, taking practical, grounded steps. Okay, Page is a baby. It's learning to walk. All right, like it's earthly, so that's in the here and the now. It's applying things in the present time to get you closer to that future goal, whatever it is. Saving $5 a day. Okay, like learning something new, going to school, asking, taking action, asking for information about a new beginning. Whatever that is, you want to move, you want to gain information though. It's earthly. Okay, like instead of having a cheeseburger, I use that in Pisces reading too. Instead of having a cheeseburger today, having healthy cooked grilled chicken instead. Okay. 4 of Cups is just being disappointed. But look at this little cute thing here. You have nothing to be disappointed about. You have new beginnings happening. Like the fighting may make you uncomfortable. Passive aggressive behavior can be very toxic to the other partner, or other people. You know, King or Queen of Wands can also be a boss at work. You definitely want to talk to them if you have problems. They're pretty understanding people, all right? Like, and they will take action to create change for you. You do have hope, though. You have to get excited about that. You've been chosen for a journey. It's fantastic. Okay, with the North Node moving into Cancer, again, this is a journey you're going to go on. All right, like, it might get you all in your feelings, but you got new beginnings happening here, okay? These guys take chances. They're also the annoying, when they get punched, okay? Like, you know those clown punching bags that go knocked down or get knocked down and then come back up, and it's a clown punching bag, so it's smiling. Like, these guys can be like that, all right? Again, it's not like they have complete confidence. It's that they feel things in the moment so that they don't hold on to things, and it doesn't prevent them from taking new steps for new beginnings. They're also meant to experience life through experiences, action-oriented experiences. Okay, that's how you gain wisdom. You guys is actually shorter than everybody else's. I want to see what the disappointment's about. Again, you have the 3 wands there. It's looking out, venturing out. Okay, and it says virtue on it. Anything you want, you can create. Like, maybe you need a vision board, all right? You have free will. You can't interfere with free will. If you're interfering with free will, trying to create a specific outcome in whatever manner that is, how you would be, or if somebody's doing this to you, trying to achieve a certain outcome, so using passive-aggressive behavior or egos or whatever, like, so controlling. If they're trying to control a specific outcome, they're not going to. because you have the star card here, which is free will. Okay, that's humanitarian. You can't screw with free will. It always backfires. And it seems that the Four of Cups is based on, you have the Knight of Pentacles, okay, so that's the avid learner. I always call him the apprentice. Okay, this person takes facts with a grain of salt. They do the research on their own. They know everybody has everything has an ounce of truth to it, but they also know that people like, they can't trust everybody, right? They find out for themselves. They know that there's intent behind people, right? Like, or they're aware that people could be wrong and they will research, right? You have changes. So it seems the Four of Cups is coming to you because you're having a hard time changing something or learning. And it's meditation that's written on this card. I just noticed that. And you have the sun here. So it's illumination. It's going inwards. With meditation there, it's going inwards and reflecting on things. Like, you might be looking too outwardly when what you need to focus on is, is the internal, yourself. Like, getting your roots. Okay, Cancer is about roots too, ancestry, going back to your roots, right? But let's refer to it as a tree. You're a tree. You need to get your roots firm in the ground so people can't push you over, so you can withstand the elements of the earth, all right? It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbow outside, right? Or it's not always going to be sunny outside. Sometimes it's going to be cold. Sometimes it's going to be dark and gloomy, okay? But a tree with firm roots can withstand any elements coming at it, all right? If you want a new beginning, it is getting information and making the changes. They're slow and steady, practical, grounded changes. So it is information gathering. It is earthly matter, so changing food habits or everyday habits, waking up a little bit earlier, reading, gaining information, okay? This guy's an avid student, okay? And in order, he's also a teacher, or she, okay? In order to be a teacher, you have to be a student, so it's continuously learning. And sometimes we're wrong, right? Sometimes we don't want to face that. And in order to learn, you got to find a teacher. So everybody's good at something in their lives. We're not all good at everything. So we all have our strengths and weaknesses. That's why there's financial advisors. That's why there's lawyers. That's why there's teachers. Okay? That's why there's counselors. That's why, you go to those people for the skills that they have. Okay, it's a skill of craft, and you learn from them and you adapt that skill to yourself. That's what I got. Man, what you need to know is that there is hope as long as you take action and make the changes, okay? What you need to show, well, and like with the female aspect, okay, females, their brains work like circuit boards. They're always considering how one thing affects another thing, okay? Like, whereas the male aspect, the male, he makes his decisions, their brains are more like compartments. So whatever they're focused on, they're completely focused on that task. Whereas a woman, she's focused on that task, but she's also considering other alternatives that will affect that. So it could affect the outcome. Okay, so she has blockages. He has blockages too, because he can't see the other things that may affect it. Okay, she can, but she can't completely focus on one task. So she can be blocked from certain outcomes as well. Okay, so they each have, you're going to have to consider, if you're a male, other things. Okay, and if you're a female, well, you're going to have to completely focus yourself on that one task. Okay, so you got to gain the ability of the other. All right, and coming in alignment with your masculine and your feminine. The masculine is very action oriented. He's going to take steps and actions. All right, don't be afraid to tell people, good job, pat on the back, I care about you, let's go hang out, that type of thing. These guys like to go out. All right. All right, you guys, that's what I got. You guys got the shortest reading in here. Thank goodness. Because I do these things for free. I'm pretty time consumed. I don't feel like I've had any free time to myself lately. I do this on my free time after my studies. But, hopefully you have a fabulous month. Don't be concerned about anything that happens, any changes that occur. They're going to be for your benefit, and they're going to move you to where you need to go as long as you make the changes necessary, okay? And consider things first before you take action, okay? Really think about how one thing is going to affect another, okay? Pause, don't react too quickly, because you want to do information gathering before you make those changes, before you move, okay? All right, you guys, some of you could be moving here or taking trips, like it's positive energy here as long as you accept, okay? And you stay focused on the here and the now. All right, you guys, have a fabulous month. Namaste, and I will talk to you later. Ciao for now.